I did read when I was applying for the FHA mortgages, it said that you intend to live in the property within 60 days. In my head, I said, I intend to live in the property within 60 days. It doesn't mean that I'm going to live in the property within 60 days.
I never in my life heard that. But that one right there, it might go viral. Look, God told me to meet him at a runway with no parachute, with no baggage, leave the negativity behind. Ever since, I've been taking off, and I never looked back. I'm your host, Alex E. Edwards, and this is the GemDrop Podcast. What's poppin'? Yes, I am back. Before I start, shout out to all of you that subscribe, like, and share. I appreciate you. Thank you. Well, this is GemDrop. We like TMZ, but we don't gossip. We boss up. And I am excited for this show. We are talking to Joe Rodriguez, and we are going to talk about how he's building his real estate empire. He also do project management. I'm not like a single family or a two family or three family. We're talking about huge developments. Why do the developer trust this man? Is he organized? What's so important when it comes to development homes and communities, I would say, and putting this one person in charge to oversee the outcome? And last but not least, he's a real estate agent. So we have to talk about that. How's the market going? What's the tips? He's in a whole different ball game when we're talking about Boston, Dorchester. He's out there in Melrose, and this is a different playing field. So I want to know, because I know you want to know. So let's find out. So Joe Rodriguez. You never said Alex, I like that name, so I'm not gonna call you that on camera. But Joe Rodriguez, how you doing today?
I'm feeling good. Doing great. I learned from you a lot in the time that we've met each other about a year ago. So it's been great.
Thank you. So Joe, okay, Joe, you know why I'm jealous of you, right? The voice. Like you have the radio voice, you have the, hey, my name is Joe. It's like, it's just so smooth, bro. And you always smooth. Do you ever get mad?
Not really. I try not to. I think it's part of my personality, but part of what I work on too. So working on yourself. So working on, being patient, working on, your thoughts, working on just building your life. So it's all part of the strategy.
Okay. So who are you?
If you want to get deep into it, I think I'm a spiritual being having a human experience. I'm a person who loves a challenge, loves adversity, but also loves, succeeding and making people proud.
Got you. Okay. Before we keep going, I love what you said. You said you are a spiritual being in a human form. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Elaborate.
It just goes back to like my faith, goes back to kind of where I grew up, my family, and just being part of initially like a Catholic family and growing, and learning from my faith, but then then putting my own research to it, so combining sort of my faith and then science as well, which I'm really big on. So like the power of thought, the power of making decisions, and then the power of faith. So combining both of those is kind of where it stems from. And I know there's something greater out there, something bigger than us, and you got to respect it and believe in it. And again, it's just combining all these different sources that I've learned over the years, and just kind of coming up with my own way of thinking about it, my own way of sort of embracing it.
I love that. Honestly, I somewhat think the same way. I can't judge you, but you can't judge me. And really that's why I yell, respect your breath. It's something more important than you and I. It's the truth, right? You just feel it. And I think a lot of times how our higher power speaks to us is giving us ideas and thoughts, because I'm not going to have the same thoughts you have, and you're not going to have the same thoughts I have. So how are we so different? different thoughts, different ideas. How? And I think that's how, to me, that's how my higher power communicate with me. Because you and I are totally different, but we human, right? You need the
Yeah,
same things I need to survive,
exactly.
but we have different thoughts. We on a different journey. We're on a different road to meet up at this one road called success
Hmm.
for us, right?
Yeah.
So that's deep. That's deep. Before we get going though, I'm gonna get in your business. All right. I just need you to, tell the truth and answer all questions. So can you put your right hand on mortgage before marriage? I solemnly swear to tell the truth, to drop gems, to inspire and motivate me. So help me God.
I do.
All right. Let's get it. All right. What do you do?
So I do all things real estate.
Mm-hmm.
I love real estate. Love real estate development. Love real estate sales,
Mm-hmm.
project management, construction. Basically anything within those fields, I consider myself an expert in, and just love what I do.
So how did you get into the real estate?
So it all started back in high school, working with my dad. So he's a residential contractor, hustled harder than anyone I know. And, weekends, summers, anytime he could grab me, he would bring me to, see his projects, help him with his projects, carry materials, do estimates, a little bit of everything. So kind of started with that and just looking to see how you can get from, unfinished basement to a, beautiful space, like the one we're in right now, and how to transform different areas, different buildings. And then just throughout high school, I took AutoCAD. A lot of people are familiar with it. So a
Mm-hmm.
lot of architects use it to build the plans and to sketch everything out. That's where it all stems from, right? Just like a napkin sketch of vision. With AutoCAD, that's the official program architects use. So I took that in high school and started to combine everything. And I knew that I love construction. I love real estate, love architecture. But I wanted to, be more than just that, and be more than just a laborer doing everything on site. So I went to Wentworth in Boston for construction management, and got a degree there, and just started working.
Wow. Wow. So your dad planted the seed in you, right? And you just ran with it. How
Yeah,
does he feel?
very proud. I mean, to this day, and we communicate every single day. We'll talk about a little bit more, but all the properties and managing and everything else. So it's just a day-to-day relationship, and he's definitely appreciative of everything so far. And same for me. I'm proud of him and everything that he's done. Both my parents, coming from Dominican Republic when they were younger, and working to have a life for their family, and then everything that they've given me. Now it's my job to take it, run with it, and build upon that.
So you graduate Wentworth. How did you get your first job?
So I started to apply to different positions,
Hmm.
general
How? So like
contractors.
you went online.
Yeah, I went online.
How did you find that like good companies to work for
Hmm.
or to apply to?
Yeah, just so luckily with Wentworth, they have different programs that you can apply
Okay.
with, and they put your resume out there, help you throughout the process. We had to do co-ops a couple of years, during college, so we were able to get some experience, which is great because a lot of times you graduate and people want experience, but they want someone young. It's like contradicting. So it's like, all right, now I have a college degree, I've got some experience, and I'm young, I'm eager, I'm hungry, I'm ready to work. So I was able to get a job with a general contractor, and it was kind of stepping stones to where I am today.
Oh, so you okay? So you didn't go straight to the big company. It was a general contractor. Was that more a small company?
It was probably mid-size in the scheme of where the companies are today. So it's probably a $50 million company,
Oh,
which
okay.
is mid-size for
Makes sense.
general contractors in the Boston area. So we did all commercial work, we did interior renovations, we did some ground up stuff. So it all started with just a lot of administrative duties. So a lot of the submittals, RFIs, and a lot of the construction fans will kind of know the language and the terminology behind it. But a lot of the paperwork, and that's a big part of construction, is getting all the paperwork in order. It's not just, hey, do this and get it done. So there's a lot that goes behind the scenes. So just learning those steps before I got into some of the bigger projects.
That's great. So, a lot of people say, the reason why construction, contractors start with contractors,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people get
Yep.
from contractors, right? So, what are some gems that you could give us so we could not get from contractors? Because it sounds like you worked with professional contractors, right? So, what gems can you drop?
Definitely have everything in writing.
Okay.
I know, even from the days of my dad or even older generations, a lot of it was a handshake, which is great. You show up, hey, can you get this done? Here's a deposit. Let me know when you're finished. With working with some professional contractors, everything has to be in writing. Everything has to be agreed upon, signed by both parties before everything can start. So you have that language there, and you're essentially covered. Make sure you have an attorney to review everything, with you or for you. And again, everything's just having it in writing and confirming that you guys are on the same page.
How about insurance? Does insurance matter?
Definitely, yeah. Yep, insurance, that's another part of it. So just doing all your checks with the contractor on if they've have insurance, they've got a reputable other projects, clients, projects they've done in the past, experience. So just checking all the boxes, making sure that that they're legit.
And how about warranty? Like, should I look for contractors that say, "Hey, I have a 1 year warranty," and how does the warranty work?
Yeah, so a lot of contractors will provide different types of warranty depending on the work. Most commonly with general contractors is a year warranty from the time it's been completed, and that's just for a general warranty. Then you have your warranty on your different products. So you also have material warranty. So that's another thing to look for. A lot of the contractors will give you labor warranty, which would only be for a certain period of time. But each manufacturer has a separate warranty. So definitely look into those options because you may be able to get the material paid for if it is damaged or anything's wrong with it. So just something to look out for.
Oh, okay. Now that's a gem drop. Here, I never so material warranty.
Yep.
I never heard of material warranty. So when you say material, we're not talking about like the stoves and the washing machines. When you say material, like doors, stuff like that,
Yeah, so
if the door's
let's for
damaged.
example, I'm replacing a roof on one of the properties now. So the material warranty is like a 30, 35-year warranty, right? So that's on the material itself. The contractor is not going to say, come back 30 years later and fix it if something happens.
Got you. Okay. The
So
manufacturer then.
exactly.
Okay. Got you. Okay. Got it now. Got it now. Okay. Great. And then, so if I'm buying a property that's newly renovated, I'm going to ask for, hey, do you have material warranty and do you have um, contract warranty, right? Contractor warranty,
Correct.
general contractor warranty,
Yep,
which
exactly.
in general contractor warranty is for a year. The
hmm
material warranty sometimes could last for 30 years.
Exactly.
Okay. Got
Yeah.
it.
And then one thing too, it depends on the type of property or project, but just making sure the warranties are transferable. So,
Mm,
a lot of times I was with the deal now with a
mm.
heating system where they had just installed it and they wanted to replace it. It was still within warranty, but now my buyers, looking to confirm that heating system is a warranty transferable, so when I buy it, I'm able to then replace it at that time. And it is, and it was, and we did confirm with the manufacturer. So
Oh,
that's another thing to look out for.
you see this right here? This is a big gem. Scott gonna go ham with this. Wow. But that's big. So you want to make sure the warranty can actually transfer to the new buyer as well.
Correct.
Okay, so you want to make it easy for the next buyer and the next buyer and the next buyer. Got it. Got it. That makes a lot of sense. And why wouldn't a warranty be transferable though? Why would someone say nope? It has to stay with this owner only.
So typically it wouldn't. It's just getting confirmation from the manufacturer, and then you might have to fill out some paperwork to transfer the account. So it could be like with solar panels, or again, could be with a heating system where the account you have to, especially with the new like Navian heating systems,
Mhm.
we have to register it and provide the serial number. So a lot of times they want you to transfer it to the new owner so they have the right contact information and who they know is responsible for that unit.
Got you. So when I buy appliances, can't lie to you. I'm telling the truth, everyone. When I buy appliances, that registration stuff, I'm like, oh God, it's another step I have to do. I never get around to it.
Mhm.
So that's a no.
No,
I
you got
shouldn't do that.
yeah.
I should register everything.
If you can, yeah.
Got you. Okay, bet. Um, so you loving this position, and at this moment when you're with this particular company,
Mhm.
you are what? What's your title?
So it started with like assistant project manager,
Okay,
then it went to estimator, then went into project manager, senior project manager. Just kind of worked my way up essentially within companies, and it was all within like a 10-year period that I was with general contractors, working my way up.
got you. So, project manager assistant. That's self-explanatory. So, but you said estimator. That's
Yep,
what you said.
estimator. Yeah,
So, estimator, are you just estimating how much a job will cost? That's your job.
correct.
Got you. Okay. So in the bigger companies, see, okay, I got it. In the smaller companies, the GC does all of this stuff. And this is why we can't get estimates because they're doing everything and it's
Right.
not on each department or hiring someone to do certain things. Correct?
Right, right, yeah. So with
Got it.
general contractors, especially the mid to larger size, they do have separate estimating departments. So
Got
when I
it.
started at the first company, project managers did the estimates as well. And then once we started to get a little too big, to do that essentially, because you're running 4 or 5 projects, you're running, 20, 30, $40 million worth of work all over,
What'd you
Massachusetts,
say?
20,
Millions
30.
what? 20 to 30 million?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're running that much work, and it's tough to be at the site, talk with the clients, have your meetings, and then go back to the office and do an estimate. So a lot of the bigger companies will have a entirely separate estimating department that's what they do. And so we decided to open up a division within the company to just do estimating. So with, again, bigger companies, you have a full set of plans. You have architectural plans, mechanical plans, electrical, plumbing, fire protection, all your disciplines essentially. Those plans then get sent to the general contractor, who then puts it out on the street to bid to subcontractors. So you want to
How
get
you put
those
it out in the street?
just through online services, through programs, software. I mean, before it was through fax and other ways, or sending it out through mail, but now everything's electronically, of course.
So you
So,
go on this website and say, "Hey, I'm going to build um 200 units. Who wants this bid? Who
well,
wants
they
to
would.
bid for this project?"
Correct. Yeah, a lot of the general contractors, they'll have a database of all subcontractors that they've worked with. So
Got
I've
you.
got 10 drywallers, I've got 10 electricians, 10 mechanical. Every single trade, you've got dozens and dozens of contractors you've worked with before, and you build those relationships over the years. And then you have there's certain programs and softwares that you can buy or install, and that basically set everything up for you. So you're entering all the information of the project, where it's located, the timeline, the schedule, the client, everything. You put it on there, and then you send it out to bid to the subcontractors and give them a timeline. I need 2 weeks to get pricing back on your specific scope of work. And then the estimator has to put everything together, validate that everything's there, and submit that final pricing to the client.
The name of the program.
So there's all different ones. So one's Procore, which is like the most
Procore.
Procore, yeah.
So procore.com.
Yep.
Procore.com. Okay, got you. So I'll upload my job, and then do I have to upload my sub contacts so I could email all to them, or how do they know to go on
Procore. So
Procore?
once you sign up for Procore as a general contractor,
Hmm.
um, they'll work with you to upload your database. So if you have a
Got you.
database like
That's what I was
Excel or
asking.
anything like
Okay.
that, where it was originally started from, you upload that to Procore. So now you basically have your hub, your database on Procore. You've got your company, you've got all the information on there. And then through Procore, you upload the drawings, upload the information, upload if you're gonna have a site visit to the job site so they can see the conditions of it. And then through there, it sends an email out to all your contacts. And they can't see obviously who else is seeing it.
Got
And
you.
then they go through it and then can respond that way.
Now that makes sense. That makes sense. And so now I know the difference between a small GC, a mid-sized GC, and a big GC, right? I would think that it's just not organized, organized, extremely organized.
Hmm.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, different layers of
Yeah.
organization.
And so how do I get from this being this regular old GC to mid-size?
Definitely repeat business. That's a big one. I feel like every contractor who has grown in size, whether it's through um, the financials, bigger projects, but also just repeat clients, making sure you perform good work. getting your name out there, getting the word out there, whether it's social media, whether it's experience, whether
Mhm.
it's posting things at the site, and then just building your team. That's a big one, because you can't take on more work if you don't have enough team members.
So who should that small contractor hire first? Um, a estimator should that come in first? Who to get to another level? Because it sounds like that contractor is doing everything. Again, they're doing the estimate, they searching for material, they bidding, they doing everything.
hmm
Who should that contractor, that small contractor, hire first to go to the next level?
I think initially it's just hiring the right person,
Hmm.
because that right person can do
In
anything you
what
need.
position?
I mean, there'll be a
Every
combination between project manager, estimator, doing all
got
the
you.
paperwork, everything else. So initially, it could be yourself if you're the general contractor, because again, you're hiring all the subcontractors, so they have their teams all
Yep.
set up. They've got the labor, they've got everything you need. You're gonna have to buy the materials or through the subcontractors. So it's essentially you're building the best team that you can. So finding the right person who can manage everything.
Got you. Okay, got it. I think I got it now. And then once you hire this estimator, right? That and then that person will also do again, like you said, a little of everything. The accounting part too, the making sure the funds, or do you hire a separate accountant?
Probably a separate accountant. Yeah, the estimator is just
Okay.
really for putting the bids together to the client, talking to your subcontractors, getting their bids, because you cannot get work unless you provide proposals to contractors, to
Okay.
the client. So that's definitely an important part. And then the second is the project manager to actually run the projects for you. So one of each, probably
So
ideal if you're just starting.
so let me ask you this: can I not have my license as a GC at all, and just get a lot of projects and hire a project manager that has their license?
No, you need to get a license
I
yourself.
would.
Correct. Yeah, especially if you're
Gotcha.
going to put your name on the permit, especially when you're dealing with these projects, and always get a permit. For these projects. That's another thing where it's very common in residential construction. Smaller projects, people do things without permits, and it shows down the line when something comes up. But in the commercial world, almost 10 out of 10 times you have a permit
Yeah.
involved, because it's
I
legitimate.
I tried to paint my office without a permit and I got shut down. Paint my office. Paint.
Really.
Paint. That's it. Paint. I got shut down. So I understand what you're saying when it comes to commercial. Um, so look, we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about his real estate empire. Joe is here, and he's already killing the game. We already got project manager checked off. We learned a lot. I mean, I didn't know about material warranty. Honestly, I can't lie to you. And now I know why these small contractors stay in one place, because they are too scared to hire. You have to hire, especially the estimator. That takes a lot of time doing estimates, especially when, hey, can you come here? Can you give me an estimate? Hey, every time when someone see you outside and you working on someone else's house, everyone's driving by like, hey, can you come to my house? Can you give me an estimate on this? Look, get yourself an estimate ASAP. And a lot of times, general contractors want to be the accountant as well. You're not the accountant. You're not the estimator. You're the general contractor. I believe your job is to hire great subs, phenomenal subs, finish on time, and finish at budget or under. Focus on that. We'll be back soon.
Hey, my name is Joe Rodriguez. I'm a real estate agent, real estate investor, and real estate developer. If you want to contact me, just give me a call or follow me on Instagram at JoeySuave12.
Welcome back to GemDrop. We don't gossip, we boss up. And today we're speaking with Joe Rodriguez. He's going to tell us how he built his real estate empire. What's up, Joe?
It's good, Alex.
I'm excited. I learned some stuff from you. I appreciate that. Thank you for returning the favor. But let's talk about your real estate empire. How? Tell me about your first investment purchase.
So my first purchase was a two-family in Malden, Massachusetts. I was getting into real estate. I wanted to learn more about it, so I ended up getting my real estate license. And a few months after that, ended up buying a 2-family with FHA financing,
Got it. Got it. And how much did you put down?
3.5%,
How much was the house?
400,000.
400,000. Got it. Got it. Okay. So, and how did you know that was the right investment? Like the rents? Did you look at the rents? What was you getting? What was your return? How much profit was you making a month?
So it's a combination of a couple things. So at the time, my girlfriend and I, who's now my wife, we were looking at different properties.
Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Scott, did you just hear that? My gosh. Joe, are you telling me
Yes,
you purchased a home before marriage?
I did.
Mortgage before marriage in front of my face? Scott, what can we clap for him? Can we throw the book up or something, Scott? This is amazing. Wow. Okay, the podcast just got 100% better. All right, hold on. So, why did you decide to buy before marriage?
I knew I wanted to build wealth. I knew she was the one that I wanted to do that with. And I knew I wanted to invest in real estate. And at the time, talking to different mortgage brokers, I knew that we had the opportunity to buy several properties in each of our names.
GemDrop. Let's go. All right. So, because a lot of people don't understand that. So, you said you use FHA.
Correct.
Right? Now, if you said, you know what, I love my woman and I want to get married. I don't want to buy a house first. I want to get married. I want to spend my down payment on a wedding. Right? And then you get married and use FHA. Now you can't. Now, you know, your wife can't use FHA. You can't use FHA. You have to use FHA together. How does that make sense?
Correct.
You have to go half on 3.5 when you could have just paid 3.5 like you did by yourself.
Yep.
I don't get. This is why I yell love is overrated.
Yeah. And I think it's just knowledge and putting it out there. People don't understand that. The other thing about FHA, since we're talking about it, is people don't understand that you can use it more than one time. I've used it 4 times now to put down on property. So 3.5% on 4 properties.
Another gem drop. Okay. 4 times. Joe said he used FHA 4 times, 3.5 down 4 times. He hasn't put down 20% yet.
Not yet.
Never put down 20%, and he's on his 4th investment property. I don't think they heard you in the background, so I'm going to say it again. He hasn't put down 20%, and Joe is on his fourth investment property. Wow. And all of them has been FHA. Please tell us how you did it. Start from 1 to the 4.
Yep. So the first one was the one in Malden I mentioned. So we bought that one FHA. Within, I think, 6 months, because of the market, that was 2015, it had shot up. Plus, we did a lot of renovations to it. So that one was a side-by-side 2-family. We lived in one unit, rented out the other unit. And then, after it appreciated, and because of the renovations, we refinanced out of FHA to a conventional one. Fast forward a couple of years after that, we ended up selling the Malden property and taking those funds and then buying the next one. So it was a 3-family in Providence, Rhode Island, in Federal Hill. And then we bought that one and just solely my name, FHA. And then a year later, I refinanced out of that one to conventional, bought another 4-family FHA, which I currently still have both of those. And then just last year, we bought an FHA in my wife's name in Warwick, Rhode Island as well. So and I'm looking to refinance those pretty soon and maybe continuing that process.
So the 4-family. So you got 3. So you went 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Wow. And a lot of people say, no, you got to go 4, 3, 2, 1. You went 2, 3, 4.
Yep. Yeah. Again, but speaking with my mortgage broker,
iconic.
It's a lot of people, they have all these different things that they read or research or listen on podcasts and things that you can and can't do. And I think we just ask questions and just continue to push. A lot of the things with, FHA going from one property to the other is they want you to go with bigger and better properties. And, we just continue to paint a story to the mortgage broker. Underwriter was okay with it.
Well, you got to hold that. You said you continue to paint a picture to the underwriter, right? I know what you're saying, but we have to dissect that.
Yeah.
When you say paint a picture, you're telling, hey, underwriter, I am moving over here because, and that's it.
Correct.
Right? So I did 2 family, right? And then my wife went 3. And then I went, we talking about only FHA. I went single,
Mm-hmm.
and then I went back to 2,
So you
right?
went from single to then back to 2.
I went single, then I went back to 2, right? And then I bought a few with yes, I bought a few hard money, and then what I did was refinanced and into a commercial loan. So that's how that. So my FHA ended at 3. Not ended because I'm not done yet. But I'm at 3 right now with my FHA. You're at 4, but I went 2, 1, 2. You went 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing, just amazing. This conversation is amazing. Like if you're not a real estate investor after this show, it's because of you. You played yourself, DJ Khaled voice. You played yourself. So Joe, this is amazing. So 2, 3, 4. And I love what you said. A lot of people get on and say, well, you should do only this. Well, and I want to be fair. It is easier to go from 4, 3, 2, 1. I wouldn't want to say that to be fair, but it's not impossible to go from 2, 3, 4, right? And I think a lot of people need to hear that too, because it's, oh, well, I thought you could do this, I thought you could do that. But what Joe said, that's extremely important. You said you have to paint the picture to the underwriter. You can't just say, yeah, I might move or I might not. Yeah, I just want to rent it all out. Yeah, and I still want to use FHA and put down 3.5. You can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make some sacrifices. You got to move out there. Even if it's for 6 months, we're talking about these investments going to set you up for life. 6 months sacrifice, who cares?
Right.
Who cares? So, and I love that you said your wife jumped in, was like, I got you. I want to get my FHA too, right? So that part was amazing as well, because again, a lot of people like, well, they married though. I thought they only supposed to invest together. No, homes could still go in one person's name, right? Again, you got to paint the picture to the underwriter. If y'all splitting, this is why she's leaving. But if y'all staying together, y'all both move into this particular property, right? So again, what you said is just paint the picture. That's so important. So important.
Yeah, and I can elaborate on that too. And again, with the mortgage broker and the underwriter, they're looking for a story. So for us, we were in Malden. We had sold that property. We both had W-2s in the Boston area, and I wanted to look in Providence, Rhode Island. So I grew up in Providence. My family lives out there. We talked about my dad in construction. So I said it could be best of both worlds if my dad can help out with some of the property management, some of the repairs, and I can do everything else. I can buy the property. I can, lease it up because I'm an agent in Rhode Island as well. So I can, make money on buying the properties in the process. So, when we did that, it was just painting a picture to the underwriter of, hey, I'm moving to Rhode Island because I want to expand my real estate portfolio with my family, and they bought it.
Golly. Scott, I'm giving you a lot. I'm giving you a lot of gems right now. Hold up. GemDrop. My man, you wrote a book. You wrote a story and said, you packaged it and said, I'm going to send this to the bank. Let's see what they're going to say. And they said, makes sense. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll give you the loan. Just like that. Pretty much. Why do you think a lot of people, this knowledge, because why wouldn't everyone do this?
It could be lack of knowledge, or it can be fear, or it could be just not talking to the right people, not giving up after the first time. A lot of people go to one mortgage broker, and if they tell them one thing, then they think that's what it is. And without continuing to try, bank after bank, person after person, underwriter after underwriter, just continue to try. And if it has been done one time before, it can be done again. And even if it hasn't, you can still continue to try.
So what's next for you? So we at 2, 3, 4. What's next?
Well, the other 3 too after that, but.
Oh, wait, sorry. 2, 3, 4, and then another 3?
3, yeah.
Oh, that's your wife?
Yeah, the wife.
Oh,
yeah.
I apologize, sir.
Good.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for disrespecting your home count. Here goes 2, 3, 4, 3. And you about to go 2, 1?
I might go to one soon, just for the family and things
Yeah.
like that. But continue to looking for different investment properties. So I love 3 to 4 family properties, but I have a lot of experience in the commercial side.
Hmm.
So I've been thinking about that as well. I want to get into development as well, having my expertise and experience in construction. So I'm feeling out different opportunities, feeling out the market, feeling out kind of how things are going right now, and to put my best foot forward for my family and for my investments.
So you have your GC license as well?
So I don't have a CSL license or
Hmm.
a supervisor's license. I've always worked for companies that had them under their wing.
Hmm.
It is something I will look to do in the near future. But with the companies I've worked for before, they've always carried it. And then now I'm on the consulting side, so not even on the GC side anymore. So kind of managing the GC for the clients specifically.
Okay, because you said you want to become a developer. So, but obviously, so okay, I apologize because you don't need a GC license to be a developer. You just want to be the vision.
Correct.
Got it. So you want to be the vision and just hire smarter people around you.
Pretty much.
All right, and then say, all right, call me when it's done.
Exactly.
That makes sense. That makes sense. All right, so let's break down some numbers. How do you know it's a good deal? What are you looking for in return monthly? What's your monthly profit
So
that you
with
look for?
Yeah, with the properties I have, I wanted to earn at least $1,000 cash flow
Hmm.
net for about 3 units or so.
Okay.
So $300 a door, call it, a little bit more than that. So again, I have the benefit of me being a real estate agent. So number one is I always represent myself in the deals.
Hmm.
So that's one benefit that I have when I'm going up against other people is I can calculate I'm going to make money on this deal back as an agent. So I can put that back into the property if needed. I can use that for carry over. I can use it for anything I need to. But at the end of the day, I wanted to at least net about $1,000 a month. For a 3 family. The 4 family is a little bit more than that.
Okay, got it. And then how about the 2 family?
The 2 family, so we had sold that, but when we were living in it, that one was pretty much almost like breaking even if you were to do the numbers. But essentially, we were saving money because we weren't
Living for
paying
free.
rent. Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. So you was living for free, and then all the income you was making, what did you do with the money? Save it
Save
for
that
another
for the
down
next
payment?
one. Correct.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. 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 And so I'm shocked. I'm sorry. I'm like I had this other side of the interview all planned already, but you dropped some gems. Mortgage before marriage, finances before fiance, Rockefeller before Beyonce, you know, and then you went from 2, 3, 4 to 3, and that's like a lot of people think that cannot happen.
Hmm.
So that's why I'm stuck on it because you're living proof that you could do this as long as you paint the perfect picture.
Right.
Got it. Got it. All right. So and you did it with only FHA and you did it with only 3.5 down. I just feel like you robbed the government. I just feel like when I say rob, like you took what they gave you. Oh, I could do this. I'll do it. I'm going to do it your way. I'm going to follow the rules. I'm going to do everything you tell me to do. Right? And some people just can't even follow the rules and say, I'm going to do everything you allow me to do. Right? We was talking about affordable housing yesterday. Affordable housing. They said you could purchase this home, right? Before you purchase this home, you cannot own a home. Never said that you have to once you purchase this home, you cannot buy other homes.
Hmm.
So you have to understand and read between the lines.
Right. I can add something else too to the
Go
different
ahead.
properties. So the 3, the 4, and the 3, I had never lived and occupied in those units. So another thing with reading, between the lines and reading how things are written, I did read when I was applying for the FHA mortgages, it said that you intend to live in the property within 60 days. So in my head, I said, I intend to live in the property within 60 days. It doesn't mean that I'm going to live in the property within 60 days. So I kind of interpreted that a little bit differently. I put my name on the mailbox, left it vacant for a little bit, and then put a tenant in there. So now it's, making even more with being fully occupied.
You one bad mother. Yo, Joe, you one bad man. Joe, you a bad man.
I don't recommend that for everyone,
Look,
but
Joe, you a bad man. This guy over here, this guy right here, I'm telling you, look, people in the world, y'all need to listen to me. You got to be careful with these soft-spoken men, all right? Straight up. But Joe, you're right. Intend. Why? You never broke the law, bro.
No, it was vacant when I bought it. I intended to move into that one unit.
And you put your name on the mailbox. You left it vacant, so when you move
bills are in my name.
Oh my yo, oh man. If I was a little light skinned, I'll be red right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm turning purple though. You know? But wait, hold on. Slow. Whoa, hold on. Oh my goodness. Tears is coming down. Hold on. My man said I dropped 3.5 down on all my properties. Didn't move into 3 of them. And I didn't break any laws. I just listened. My fault. I just read something. I said, oh, okay. This makes sense. That is crazy. I never in my life heard that. Like, Scott, you better chop. This is it right here. You Scott's the editor, right? That's why I keep. This is real. This is live right now, right? This is that. What you just said. I mean, you give us a lot of gems, but that one right there, it might go viral. It might go. It's gonna go viral. God, intend.
I'd have to go back and take a look at I know when I purchased the properties, that's exactly what it said.
Intend.
And actually, Willie, I'm pretty sure he's the one that showed me that language and said, hey, it says intend. And I went back, I read it, and I said, intend, okay. I intend to move into it, so.
I want to say, I gotta, what you think, Curtis? I think that's probably the biggest gem in 8 shows, not 7. Shout out to Julie. 8 shows. That's the biggest gem. Like, do you understand what this man is just putting nothing down and building an empire on government benefits, basically. Like this, right? And then he's paying PMI some probably punk $200, $300 a month. And then in the 6th month, he get rid of the PMI.
Yep.
Look at his like, this is amazing. This is amazing, Joe. Joe, I can't believe you held this from me. I can't believe we have GemDrop every single Friday with the brokerage, Thumbprint Realty. Shout out to Thumbprint Realty, real estate done right. Look, and you never said nothing like this.
I have to give you an update on the HELOC too, because I have that now.
I'll just tell me now.
So we had gone out for dinner and we were all talking and about different properties and different things. And I mentioned I was having some trouble getting a HELOC on one of the properties because it's an investment property. A lot of banks don't like to have second position on those properties. And so that's why it's tough for a lot of people to get HELOCs in their primary residence. And, you know, we had talked about it and you said, well, why don't you just say it's your primary residence? And I hadn't thought about that because, you know, I have it as an investment because I had refinanced out of the FHA. And I said, well, that's a good point. And I still have bills in my name, water bill, sewer bill, things like that, electric bill for the house meter. Let me go try that. And it took a couple banks, but finally one of them did agree to it, gave all my information legitimately. And, you know, they didn't ask the question that if I reside in the property, so I did not answer the question. And I currently have a HELOC on that property that I can now use to deploy on other properties.
How much?
Right now it's like $55,000, but I'm doing this. I'm in the process of doing the same thing for the next property as well.
GemDrop. Oh my! I want to say you probably, well, hands down, you're the smartest real estate investor when it comes to straight residential that I've had on a show, point blank. And it is funny because you're reading. That's the thing. You're reading the law and say, oh, I know what this is saying to me, right? It's just like taxes. It's like, yeah, you don't have to pay a lot of your taxes because if you have write-offs or you have this, you need to run the business. That's what the tax. That's what the IRS is telling you.
Right.
But if you go there and say, oh, I don't have nothing to write off, or I'm not doing then you owe me a lot of money.
Right.
It's simple. Again, with affordable housing, you can't own a house before you buy, but you can own 10 after you buy. Wink, wink. All right, well, that makes sense to me. So now I'm paying nothing for my home. I will stay here, but I could go build an empire. I could win the lottery. I could become a billionaire and just relax and pay nothing on the city's dime. That makes sense.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of those opportunities.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Right? So, man, this is so deep. I'm so excited that we had this conversation because I'm about to go do some stuff. I'm about to intend. I'm about to go read intend. I'm gonna find intend. I'm gonna highlight every time I see intend. I tend every time I can't live life. I'm going to die around 110. Yeah. Every time from now to then, if someone say intend, I'm gonna think of you. Like, you know that? You heard that? You heard that one too? Man, that is deep. All right, so with the 55,000, do you have plans?
Not currently. Well, plans, I'm looking at different opportunities right now. So whether it's another investment property, whether it's renovating some of the properties to increase those to then refinance out of those. So we do have the other 2 FHAs right now. So just because of interest rates, being higher, we haven't really refinanced. So that's when I said, well, let me take the opportunity to then get a HELOC on it. And at least I have some cash available if I needed to pull a trigger on something.
Yeah, I got stuck on one of my properties. I used my own money to renovate. Yeah, I know. I should never did that. So I used almost 200 grand on actually 2 properties. I spent about my own money. I spent 400 grand. Yep.
Renovating a property?
Yep. And I can't refinance right now.
Wow. Because of the rates?
For the rates. And it would eat me alive. So
did you use funds from like the other properties? So did you pull out or?
No, so I use funds from like different flips and stuff like that. So it was no HELOC. So I guess it's a good thing and bad thing. I guess once the rates go down, I have a whole bunch of equity. I know that for a fact. But other than that was a bad move, and I'll never do that move again in my life. I won't ever nope, someone else's money. And it's like I had the money. I was like, I don't want to pay no interest. I don't want to pay no points. Let me just pay it. And those rates was like, right, and I was like, damn. I feel like I'm in financial prison right now.
Right. And then especially when we got the rates that we got a few years ago. Yep. So like on one of them, it's like a 2.5. The other one's a 3. The other one's a 3.5. So it's like, how do you beat that?
Yeah. I have a couple. So with my portfolio, the good thing why I love my portfolio a lot, I don't have one home that's like even close to like the limit when it comes to like value, what I borrowed. I have a lot of equity in every single last one of my homes. Every single last. Probably this is probably the highest, and this home is probably the highest. I buy smart. I really pay attention. I buy smart. I don't have a lot of homes. I just have a lot of homes with a lot of equity.
So you go into it looking for that equity.
So I love probate homes. Probate property, hands down, is that's my space. And I don't go look for it. It just happens because a couple of things. One, dead people don't negotiate. They don't. It's not someone gonna be. They don't, and that sounds mean. But when we think, I'll give you a great example. I think my kids want real estate. Do they really want real estate? I don't know. Right? Let's really think about that. Do they want to manage these homes? Do they want to stay in Boston? What's the plan? Right? Now, that's how I believe a lot of family think. So they leave real estate. So now their child move away, different state or different country. That person passed away. The child's like, yo, I'm not coming back. I don't care for it. They call someone like me. Hey, can you buy this house cash? I don't care. Make me an offer.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is my offer. All right, take it. I'll take it cash. Boom, boom, done. That's it. That's it. You know, they want a fast sale. They don't want to renovate. They don't want to clean out the house. They don't want to do none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They just want a fast sale.
So how do you get those contacts? Is it just through
So,
people?
so
Through
there's a
word of
couple
mouth?
ways. So not me. So I'm gonna tell you what I do and what is one. Probate is public. You go down to the land court and just get the list.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to Vic. Vic does that a lot. Eric Vic does that a lot. Me, just my big mouth. I can't even lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
My big mouth. If y'all look at the Palmer condominiums, it was just featured in Boston Magazine. It was just featured on Boston.com. That is just strictly big mouth. And you know, another one in my Airbnb, big mouth, right? Bought the Airbnb at like 400,000, a 2-family, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms on the top, 1 bedroom. I mean, sorry, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom at the bottom. So it's just big mouth. Hey, I love probate. I love probate. I love probate. A lot of people don't want to wait and deal with probate. I'm going to wait and deal with probate. If you want to sell you anything probate to me, you get a divorce, holla at me. You know, if someone passed away and you don't know what to do with it, you don't have no funds to pay the attorney, call me. I got you. I got your back. So we are going to we're gonna take a quick break and we're gonna come back. But that was a great conversation. 2, 3, 4, 3, probate. Dead people do not negotiate. Kaboom.
Can you borrow money from your landlord? Can you move anyone into your apartment? Can you promise your kids security? Should I ask you more questions or do you get the point? It's time to buy a house. It's time to call Thumbprint Realty at 617-287-9000. Thumbprint Realty, real estate done right.
What's up? What's up? It is time for Respect Your Breath. And this is sponsored by Thumbprint Realty. If you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell, Thumbprint Realty, real estate done right. Why choose Thumbprint Realty? When you're selling, hands down, you're going to have the best marketing. And we know your neighborhood, so we know your home. Point blank. It's easy to go with, honestly, any other brokerage. But any other brokerage isn't Thumbprint Realty. Let's be honest. So can't wait for you to give us a call at 617-287-9000. Again, Thumbprint Realty, real estate done right. Talk to you soon. All right, we ready for Respect Your Breath. So Respect Your Breath is telling me, is you going to tell the audience why you believe you live in your skin, right? I always yell, I'm naked in my own skin. And that just means like, this is who I am and I can't change. I'm going to accept who I am. Some people will leave my life. Some people will enter my life, but I can't leave me, right? So do you believe you live every hour with purpose in your life? Do you respect your breath?
I do. I do respect my breath. I feel like I'm getting better and better at it every single day. I know years ago it was all about working hard, which it still is today. But now I'm living with more purpose, with being more present, being aware of everything, your surroundings, of your family, of the limited time that we have here. And that's all goes back to respect your breath, waking up every morning and just being grateful for that day, for the family, for what we have, but also striving for more.
Bet. So, one, I want to say thank you for coming on. Really appreciate you. You dropped a lot of gems today. I just hope that you speak more on GemDrop on Fridays because I can't believe we knew each other for this long and you built your real estate empire without ever putting 20% down. And you went from 2, 3, 4 back to 3 in Massachusetts and in Rhode Island. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I just hope that you share your story a bit more, because I feel like if I never had you on the show, I never knew. You know?
Yeah, and I appreciate you for having me and for getting me out of my comfort zone a little bit. And like you have in the past year, really on those Friday gym drops and just throughout having our conversations, the dinner that we had, looking forward to connecting more, and then continuing to build the empire and, just um, help people out there that I can.
Okay. Yeah, a couple of guys in the brokerage. We just need to get together and go to Hugh Boston or something and just hang out. Shout out to Rob. But look, this is GemDrop, and I told you from the beginning, we are not TMZ, but we something like TMZ, but not TMZ, because we don't gossip, we boss up. And today, you heard, so where do I start? Joe took you on a journey when it comes to construction, when it comes to development, and he taught the small GC how to really come up and be a big, become a big business in the real estate construction world. He also broke down different departments in the actual construction game where you could actually level up if you hire these people to run this, to run that, instead of the GC doing everything. Makes a lot of sense to me. Then he just dropped it on us. He said, you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I bought 2, 3, 4, 3. I never put down 20%. Only 3.5. I don't know about y'all, but that's how I get down. And I did it before marriage. He believes in mortgage before marriage. Then he said, once I got married, my wife went and got an FHA. And now he's like, you know what? I'm about to refinance and get another FHA once the rates go down. Then he dropped another gem on us. He said, I never in my life lived in the 2, the 3, or the 3 home. Sorry, the 2 to 3, sorry, the 3 to 4 or the 3 home. I never lived there. He broke down the rules of FHA and he said he's going to check again. This last time he read, it says intent. And he said, you know what? I really want to live there. So you know what? Let me put the utilities in my name, put my name on the mailbox. I'm thinking about living there. And in a couple of months, he said, nah, I don't want to live there. I think it's just too far. But he still purchased that home in FHA, using FHA. This is amazing, everyone. Again, if you're thinking about buying real estate, if you're thinking about leaving generational wealth, it starts with generational education. Let's think about this. Carter is 6. Callie is 3. Yesterday, happy birthday, sweetheart. Daddy love you. You don't think they're going to watch this and say, oh, in 10. Okay, I'm about to do this, right? You don't think they're going to watch all these gem jobs and learn and learn and learn and learn? This is what we call generational education. This is important. But you know what's better than generational education? Generational execution. That's better than generational education, because we're going to learn and send it to the next generation like diabetes, but then we're going to send that execution down just like diabetes as well, right? So I think this show was amazing. I know the show was amazing. I know you're going to love it. So make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, because my man Joe dropped a lot of gems. GemDrop. I would love to keep speaking with you, but I got shit to do. See ya. God told me to meet him at a runway. Ever since, I've been taking off.